Hello and welcome to the new video. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. So the Vampiric Powers that I'm using like kinda involve around the cooldown and attack speed. So first one I'm using Hectic, and it says every 5 basic attack you reduce 2%, 2 seconds of the cooldown skill. So this is like maybe you're gonna notice that, or there's like a nice trick, because you're gonna see a buff over here. So if you press it 4 times, and you have this buff from the Hectic. So if I press it, and now use another skill, another basic attack, you're just gonna reduce the 2 seconds out of the one of the cooldown skills, since I have 4 of them. But sometimes what you can do is just stand near the boss if you have too many skills on the cooldown, and just spam your basic attack, and you will reduce the cooldown of the skills. So that's like a small trick that you can use. This one is pretty much damage. There's not much to say. Cooldown reduction for your ultimate skill. This is like when you get a proc on your lucky hit with the Arcane Lash, you're gonna get even more damage. And I would say this one is like a flexible vampiric power, and you can swap. But I actually do love this vampiric power, because it says whenever you cast a skill, it heals you for 2.3% of life. And what does that mean is whenever you use Arcane Lash, you will get that 2.3% of life. I'm not sure, take this with a pinch of salt, but I think when I'm using the Unstoppable Currents and I'm spamming all of those spells, they count as a spell that I'm casting, and I'm getting the life back. Because sometimes when I'm fighting a boss and I get like a chunk of the health, it goes just right back on the top. Well, that might be false, because I have like a lot of attack speed when I'm using the Unstoppable Current. So it might work, it might not, but nonetheless, this vampiric power really helps you out, like when you're like generally doing stuff around the map and other stuff, and you just don't have to think about your life or like pressing the potion, because you're just gonna be slap with your arc and you're getting like your life back. So that's why I really like it. So for the enchantments, I'm using 2. Fireball, this is just simply helps me up with the clearing the monster, because you're gonna see those explosions. Another one is Ball of Lightning. You're gonna see whenever I proc a crit, and it's gonna be a lucky crit, you're gonna be seeing a stationary lightning bolt that's gonna be damaging. But if I'm gonna be fighting some kind of boss, I would just simply swap the fireball for the flame shield, because that's gonna prevent you from dying once every 2 minutes. So that's something better than just having a useless enchantment like fireball on a boss. So my Paragon board is still fresh because I'm not that high of a level, but I'm using a crit damage over here. You can use control. I mean, both of them require dexterity, so whichever do you have. Well, I'm just using crit damage over here, and I'm using a mastery over here. Eventually, you know, once I get a bit more levels, I will go into the different boards and probably switch the glyphs a little bit. There's gonna be a link below with the D3 D4 site. D4 site. You can click on the Paragon thing, and I'm gonna be updating my Paragon board as I go and I level up the build. So, before I go start showing you the gear, there's two things. One, I did not want to spend too much of my crafting materials on the sacred items. I was just looking for 2 modifiers, and as long as I got 2 modifiers that I was looking, I would just upgrade it to 4, put some sockets, some jewels and other thing, and just move on, because I want to get as quick as possible to the ancient items and start farming the ancient items and looking for the good modifiers. I just want to skip the sacred tier and farming, gathering materials, because then I'm gonna have to do the same thing for the ancient items. And the second thing is, I left a link for the D4 build planner, whatever that's properly called, and if you hover over there on every single item, you will see what kind of legendary powers and stats I'm looking for each individual gear piece.